Whoa, hey, when did you get here? Welcome back to the Pleasant Street Garage, home of the Hot Rod RV. Very happy with that fuel tank installation. Back when my kids were growing up, they were just little boys, and we were camping in this thing, I had to rip out the original fuel tank because it was just full of evil. A buddy of mine gave me a dump truck style fuel tank that mounted to the side of the frame, so I put it in the original location. It was quite a bit taller, it was up forward, and I had to notch out the body, a chunk of fiberglass for the tank to fit in there. I didn't really want to do that at the time, but I needed a tank, and that's what we did. I got to the point after the chassis swap where I had to buy a tank. I just needed a tank. There was a lot to consider. How far is this tank going to protrude up into the cargo area? How far is it going to hang below the cargo area? Had to fit between the frame rails. Couldn't crash into the rear differential. It had to fit. So we ended up with a 60-gallon tank. I really wanted more capacity, but that's just what fit the bill. It's all compromise. The original P30 tank was 89 gallons. I was like, wow, that's going to be awesome. But it didn't work. It hung way out here. You'll see it. This platform, that's where the dinette used to sit, and the spare tire was under it. The original fuel tank, that was under there too. I pulled them both out and installed this tank. After we swapped the body over to the new chassis, it left me with the factory P30 fuel tank hanging out the stern. I didn't want to go with another swim platform. I just didn't care for the look. I wanted a nice, clean setup. So I took this old tank here, stuck that in there. Now, it shortened it up, but the tank ended up being pretty grody inside, so I bought a new one. And then I got busy fitting that baby in there. I traced out the tank on the cardboard, transferred that to some plywood. Then I used that to bend some steel around to make my straps.
Why don't you cry a little more? Why don't you slam another door? You're a parody of who you are, just like a Mexican soap star. Loud crashing sounds, you're always thrashing around.
Once I got this thing bent into place, I was happy with the shape of it. I touched it with the torch there. Worked out great. One more test fit before my final installation. I'll pull it out of here one more time once I'm sure my straps and everything are working good, and finish painting the top side of it. Then we'll go ahead with a final install. Constant test fitting, disassembly, modification, reassembly. Repeat that many times. This is what it takes to get quality results. Anybody can just slam anything together and say, yeah, that's good enough, but that's not what I'm after. this camper all through the Thanksgiving break. So there's the fuel tank with paint. Little fiberglass station here. We sealed up the old ports for the old gas refrigerator. I extended closure on the hatch on the rear. I'm gonna move the hatch forward. And there used to be a bunch of folding steps here. 3 layers of glass on those. Looking good. You can't even tell there's a fuel tank in there. She's tucked up in there nice. Looks good. No more swim platform. Looks good. Here I'm finishing up that hole I had to notch out for my old fuel tank to fit in there. I've never made a fiberglass mold before, but this one worked out perfect. Inspected my work. Yep. Nice job.
What goes on in your head to make you say the things you said, but you only take it so far, just like a Mexican soap star.
Real quick, I just want to make a pledge to you guys that my videos are gonna continue to get better. No more vertical footage, right? So a lot of this footage is a couple years old. I've been collecting this stuff for a while. I'd kind of like to go back and redo some of my earlier videos, but I've decided to just make each new video better than the last. Another quick pledge. No AI. I'm sure it's all great and wonderful and has its place and people love it. Awesome. I don't. I'd love it if you guys would let me know what my shortcomings are, what you'd rather see more of, how I structure my videos, things, anything. Anything will help. Bring it. Hit. My God, I am trying so hard to change my life. Mostly what I've been doing is consuming content on YouTube. But I seem to have watched everything that interests me ad nauseum. We'll see if I can actually start making content as much or even more than I'm consuming. Jeez, whoa, you scared me. When'd you get here? Yeah, we're doing battle with a Ford here. Well, good. I'm glad you're here. Welcome back.